There are moments in life when even the strongest hearts are tested. And for Eamonn Holmes, that moment arrived quietly, hidden behind the lights, the laughter, and the charm that millions have come to love. For years, he's been the familiar face that welcomed us into the morning. That warm voice, that witty grin, that sparkle in his eyes that could turn an ordinary broadcast into something comforting, something human. He was the man who made us laugh before breakfast, who found humor in the chaos, who carried calm through the storm. But behind the laughter, there was pain. A quiet pain that few could see. The kind that doesn't show up in headlines, but lingers heavy in the silence when the cameras stop rolling. When Eamonn finally revealed that he's been battling cancer, the nation fell still. For a moment, it felt like time itself paused. That familiar smile, the one that had carried us through so many mornings, suddenly looked different, braver, more fragile, more real. "It's something I've been living with for some time," he said softly. "The kind of words that don't need to be shouted, they echo all on their own." He didn't say them for pity. He said them because truth, even when painful, can be powerful. And as those words spread across the country, hearts broke, not out of sorrow alone, but out of love. Because Eamonn Holmes isn't just a presenter. He's part of our homes, part of our lives, part of our mornings, our laughter, our comfort. Fans rushed to social media, their words flooding in like waves of warmth. "You've always been our sunshine," one wrote. Another said, "He's one of the kindest souls on television. My heart aches for him." Hashtag Stay Strong Eamonn began to trend, and with it came thousands of voices whispering one message: you're not alone. Behind the spotlight, Eamonn's life has always been rooted in love, and few bonds have captured hearts like his with Ruth Langsford. Though their paths have changed, the affection between them has never faded. When the news reached Ruth, those close to her said she wept quietly, not for the man on television, but for the man she shared life's laughter and tears with. No matter what time had taken or changed, care remained. Because some connections, the real ones, don't break. They bend, they ache, but they never truly fade. The diagnosis came after months of pain and exhaustion, symptoms that he brushed off as part of life's wear and tear. But deep down, something wasn't right. And when the doctors finally spoke, the word that no one ever wants to hear echoed through the room: cancer. For a moment, the world stopped spinning. The man who had helped others stay strong now had to face the hardest truth of his own. But if there's one thing the world has learned about Eamonn Holmes, it's that he never stays down for long. Even through the treatments, the tests, the hospital corridors lined with uncertainty, he hasn't lost that spark. Nurses say he still cracks jokes. Friends say he still asks them how they're doing. And in every quiet moment of pain, there's still that unmistakable glimmer of hope in his eyes. "He's a fighter," one of his colleagues said. "He's been through so much, and yet he still manages to smile. That's just who he is." It's true. He's weathered storms before, career challenges, health battles, personal heartbreak. And every time he's come out standing taller, not because he's unbreakable, but because he chooses to keep going, even when it hurts. Messages from his friends across television poured in. Ben Shepherd, Susanna Reid, Lorraine Kelly, all sharing their love, their respect, their faith in his strength. Lorraine said it best: "Eamonn has always been a light in this industry, kind, thoughtful, strong. We're all behind him." And so, as Eamonn continues his fight, surrounded by family, by friends, and by millions who love him, the story of his life has taken on a new chapter. Not one defined by illness, but by courage. Not by weakness, but by the will to rise again. In his quiet moments, he said that the messages from fans give him strength. It means more than words can say, he shared. Because love, real love, doesn't just heal, it fuels the soul. Through every test, every sleepless night, every moment of fear, there's a reason he keeps smiling. It's the laughter he shared with viewers, the memories he's created on screen, and the thought of returning one day, not just to the studio lights, but to the joy that has always defined him. Because Eamonn Holmes has never been just a man on TV. He's proof that strength can wear a smile, that grace can stand tall in pain, and that even in life's darkest moments, light always finds its way back. So tonight, as the nation prays for him, one truth stands clear. The same man who's lifted our spirits for decades now needs us to lift his. And he's not standing alone. Because somewhere, in every home where his voice has ever been heard, there's someone whispering, "Stay strong, Eamonn, we're with you." And he knows, he can feel it, that love, that hope, that unbreakable connection between a man and the millions who believe in him. The story of Eamonn Holmes isn't ending, it's changing. And in that change, there's courage, there's laughter, there's love, and there's the promise of brighter mornings still to come.